We just witnessed a plane going down and it's crashed.
Disaster in Lakeland. A training aircraft crashes into a building housing explosive chemicals, setting the place on fire.
The plane's instructor and student pilot killed. Now at 5, we're uncovering serious accusations about the school that plane came from. Firefighters and hazmat crews are continuing to comb through the scene tonight. The chemical-fueled fire burning so hot, investigators have not been able to recover evidence of the plane or the victims. That plane belongs to Tail Wheels Etc. Flight School. It crashed about 1.5 miles away from its home base at Lakeland Linder Regional Airport. We're taking action for you tonight with complete team coverage of this story that continues to develop. We want to start tonight with our Jacqueline Inglés, who's been talking with authorities all day, trying to figure out what went wrong. Jacqueline?
Well, Linda, we're getting a better idea tonight of the minutes leading up to this crash. Authorities telling us there was no distress call from the pilot, only from concerned citizens on the ground.
We just witnessed a plane going down.
Frantic 911 calls, then a fireball. The plane crashing into this old plastic factory turned chemical warehouse in Lakeland off of Allen K. Breed Highway. At the time, no one was inside the building.
I was frantic. I was worried out of my mind.
Firefighters showing up just after 9 a.m., working an hour to put out the flames.
You can see the smoke still. It's on fire.
Still, rescue crews could not go inside or go near the wreckage despite knowing some heartbreaking details. The plane had just taken off from Lakeland Linder Regional Airport, just 3 miles away.
With 2 souls on board.
Volatile chemicals inside the building keeping rescuers out, including about 650 pounds of powdered aluminum and 4,000 canisters of nitroguanidine. Both are used to make airbags.
We want to keep those chemicals wet because they're even shipped wet. So if they dry out, there is a risk of an explosion.
Outside the plant, more potential problems. Propane tanks.
Our main concern right now is the safety of our firefighters.
With hot spots flaring up, 3 hours would pass before a Polk County Fire Rescue hazmat team could go in and assess the risk.
They're currently sending in their hazmat team to do reconnaissance to actually get a grasp of what is in there. They can come out and formulate a plan of attack.
The plan tonight? Keep temperatures down and inspect each can and every package of chemicals. Firefighters are now using remote-controlled equipment to keep the chemicals wet.
We got calls of a plane flying erratically.
Now, firefighters are now telling us due to the temperature of this fire, there is no possibility they'll be able to recover wreckage or the bodies. We're live tonight in Lakeland. Jacqueline Inglés, ABC Action News.
Thank you, Jacqueline. We're learning more tonight about the instructor who was killed during this morning's crash. Authorities now officially identifying him as 62-year-old Terry Butt. Carson Chambers continues our team coverage right now with the new information that we're learning about him tonight. Carson?
Well, his son told us by phone today that he got the call that his dad had been killed in this crash from Lakeland police this afternoon. They are still not sure who was actually in control of this plane when it went down, but we do know 62-year-old Terry Butts is a seasoned, a very well-known guy in Polk County, and he had a lot of time in the air, started flying when he was just 28 years old. Now, Butt was a flight instructor at Tail Wheels. He was giving a lesson at the time of the crash. He was a former airline pilot engaged to be married. Chandler Hansen worked with Bud at the flight school and used to fly with him.
He does it every day. He's been doing it every day, you know, since he was a kid. So I know it wasn't pilot error. He was with the student. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's flown that plane 100 times.
Now, coming up at 6, we're going to talk to more friends who say that Butt would have never made a mistake like this. You'll hear from them in about an hour. We're live in Lakeland. I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.
Carson, thank you. Tail Wheels Flight School sending us this statement after the crash. It reads in part, quote, "We ask that you would also keep the families of the deceased in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time." At the same time, a former Tail Wheels employee is leveling some serious accusations at the school tonight, claiming shoddy maintenance practices and complaints to the FAA. Our Chris Trankman is digging into those claims tonight and joins us live with the very latest on this. Chris?
Well, this is not the first time that a plane owned by the Tail Wheels company has crashed. And I talked to 2 former employees, both saying that when they worked here, they had safety concerns, especially about the maintenance on these planes.
He was respected by everyone. Everyone liked him.
Alex Martinez worked for Tailwheels Etc. Flight School during the summer and fall of last year after seeing how veteran pilot and instructor Terry Butt and his student went down in the deadly crash into a plastics plant shortly after takeoff. It revived safety concerns he's had since he left Tailwheels.
The maintenance that they kept on the aircraft is something that should be investigated.
An incident involving Tailwheels was investigated by the National Transportation Safety Board in 2010 after a single-engine plane crashed near US 92 in Winter Haven. 2 people were killed. The only survivor was the pilot's dog. The owner of the plane was John Amundsen, who also owns the Tailwheels Flight School. The NTSB found that a mechanic failed to properly fix a fuel valve 6 months before the crash. And in 2009, the FAA issued a warning notice to the Tailwheels School because of a maintenance complaint. Now, we asked Tailwheels if they would answer questions about these crashes and the investigations by federal officials, but they declined to comment. We're live in Lakeland. Chris Frankman, ABC Action News.
Thank you, Chris. This is the 23rd plane accident in Lakeland in the last 9 years. Not including today, 4 were deadly, claiming a total of 5 lives. Only one of the 23 accidents involved an instructional flight, and in that crash, the plane suffered substantial damage, but the 2 people on board were not hurt. Our coverage continues right now on abcactionnews.com and our free mobile app. There you'll find extended clips of the scene from Action Air 1, today's news conferences, photos, and the 911 calls for help.
Now.